Convicted killer Howard.Marnell was set to be released on parole later this month. He was convicted in the murder of Sandra Ulrich 30 years ago. However, that parole has been rescinded, and his own family played a role in that. Chris Gloninger joins us now from our Capitol Bureau to tell us more. Chris?
Liz, according to the family of Sandra Ulrich, it was a brutal murder. The family worried if the convicted murderer, her brother-in-law, Howard.Marnell, were released from prison, he would strike again. And just before the release, which was to occur in just a couple of days, the family learned some good news that Marnell would not be released from prison. But even with that news, the family of Sandra Ulrich made the trip to Albany, asking lawmakers to change the state parole laws. Since the legislature was not in session, the family met with various aides getting their message out. And the family believes that the victims of families should be present during these parole hearings.
We would really like to have the victims whoever was impacted by a violent crime, to be able to attend parole board hearings so that their voices can be heard. You hear from one side, you hear the person who committed the crime, but you don't hear from the victims or the victim's family, thinking that our sister's life was only worth 30 years. You know, how can you put a price on that? But terrified. I mean, I was worried about my family. I was thinking, do I need to put better locks on my doors? You know, you'd be walking around watching your back every minute.
You might wonder why Marnell was going to be released from prison. Well, according to the family, the judge from the case wrote a letter to the parole board requesting Marnell be released. Since that letter was written, the judge has since died. And Liz, the family is planning on stopping at every open door at the LOB, and this is what they're handing out. It's basically an information sheet about their sister, and they're asking the state lawmakers to change that law, which is currently in effect, and they want those family members, the victims' families, to be present at these hearings. And on their way out of town, they're also planning to stop by U.S. Senator Chuck Schumer's office as they head back out towards Syracuse.